What's going on about Art Country here with a discussion video for you guys today. Before we get started, I do want to throw out a spoiler warning. If you have not played or beaten Gears of War 5 and you don't want to be spoiled on things involving the campaign, the story, and things of that nature, now is the time to exit the video. This video will contain a huge amount of spoilers, so you have been warned. So with the spoiler warning out the way, what I want to talk about is Kait. In my review of the game, which if you haven't seen, will be attached to the end of this video, I speak in so much higher favor of the character, how amazing she is, how well written she is, how well voice acted she is, how she's a perfect character for the passing of the torch from Marcus to the next generation. And I also talk about how bad JD is, and that his lack of interest is why he wasn't given the torch like Kait was. The coalition of fans were so sold. The coalition of fans were sold so much on Kait in Gears 4 that in Gears 5, JD isn't just a supporting character, he's a character that you can choose to kill off. That's how irrelevant JD becomes. He becomes a character who can be killed off, similar to how in Dragon Age Inquisition, you can choose to kill off Shroud or Hawk. Shroud is a support character, Hawk was the main character in Dragon Age 2. So just like we hear with Gears 4 and Gears 5, you choose between a support character and a former main character to kill off. So in Gears of War 5, you choose between a fan favorite support character, Del, and the unliked main character of the previous game, JD. You can choose which of them is killed off, and not gonna lie, I chose to kill off JD. Not just because I don't like JD, but from a storytelling standpoint, his death makes the most sense. JD, he lives throughout the game with regret for his actions, the actions that left Barrett, Kait, Del, and his own father looking down on him and wanting nothing to do with him later into the game. Later in the game, he tries to redeem himself. So who better to choose for a sacrifice to build the next game's villain up than a son of the main character that wants to redeem himself for his bad decision making or unpopular decision making, if you want to go that route. Because when it comes to his actions, it's debatable. You can say what he did was the right choice, but it's not the high moral choice. So it's one of those decisions when it comes to, like, morally, it's not the thing to do, but it had to be done. The cherry on top is this next villain, this big bad, is Kait's mom, Reyna. So you have Marcus, father of JD, having a reason to hunt down and kill the new Locust Queen, Reyna, mother of Kait. So there's a lot of tie-ins that make more sense when you kill off JD. So that's why I say, from a storytelling standpoint, JD makes the most sense to choose, because again, his father is Marcus, and the new Locust Queen is Reyna, which is Kait's mom. So you have that family tie-in. We have these four characters involved with each other. Killing off Del wouldn't have the same impact. You'd just be killing off Kait and JD's best friend. That's it. There's nothing about that is big from a storytelling standpoint. It's just, Del's dead. Okay. There's nothing about Del. Like, again, I like Del, but there's nothing about the connections that he has with the other game's characters that make it a big deal. Again, JD is Marcus's son. Marcus is the main character of the franchise. Kait is the daughter of Reyna. Reyna is the new Locust Queen. So and Kait is the new main character. So you have all these tie-ins when it comes to just choosing JD over choosing Del. Sure, you make us, the player, want to take out Queen Reyna even more so because we actually like Del. But at the same time, from a storytelling standpoint, Del is not the right decision to choose between. So let's circle all the way back to Kait, since this video is about her, and I did just go randomly for a little bit. Kait is the perfect character because everything that happens is happening around her, because of her, impacts her. Every single moment in this game impacts Kait and involves Kait. So even no matter what you're doing in this game, it all involves Kait. From beginning to end, it involves her. And that's the perfect way to have a character written. It's the perfect way to have a main character where everything involving the game story involves that character. You don't want to have a game where your main character is basically your support character, where your main character is in the background. You want your main character to be the center stage. You want your main character to be involved in everything. And in Gears 5, Kait is involved with everything. Everything that happens in the game transpires because of her. The bad, the good, the ugly, it all happens because of Kait. Even when it comes to who dies, it's because of Kait. When it comes to Oscar, it's because of Kait. Everything involves Kait. The uprising when it comes to the Locust involves Kait. The finding out what happened when it comes to how Locusts were created is because of Kait. It all involves Kait, and it's not a bad thing. It's all a very good thing. It's a great way to pass the torch to this new character, because you're letting everyone in on who this character is and everything about this character. You have to suffer with her throughout it all. You have to watch her be strong throughout it all. You, the gamer, are witnessing the birth of a new strong female protagonist. whom is voiced by someone who is no stranger to voicing a strong female character. Laura Bailey was Lust in Fullmetal Alchemist. She's Sarada Uchiha in Boruto. She's Black Widow in almost all, if not all, of Marvel video games and cartoons. She's Maka Alburn in Soul Eater. And the list goes on and on with the work that Laura Bailey has done. And if you play video games, chances are you've heard her voice. If you watch anime, you've heard her voice. Even if you watch even male characters, she voiced Kid Trunks in Dragon Ball Z, so you've heard her voice. She's one of the best voice actresses in the business. Male, female, doesn't matter. She's one of the best in the business. And she does such an amazing job as Kate in Gears of War 5. Without her contributions, Kate might not be as good of a character. People don't understand how important the voice actor is in gaming. It can make or break a character. Look at Peter Dinklage as the Ghost in Destiny. That was terrible. Look at Ronda Rousey as Sonya in the new Mortal Kombat. It's god-awful. I've always liked Sonya Blade, but when Ronda Rousey did such a terrible job as her voice actress in Mortal Kombat, the new one, it killed that character for me. I stopped caring about Sonya Blade because the voice actor and actress make or break the character. And there's so many others that have done a terrible job at voice acting, but we're not gonna make this video about bad voice acting. It's not about that. But understand this: most great characters in cartoons and in gaming is because of the voice behind that character. Just think of Garrus from Mass Effect. He probably wouldn't have been such a great character if not for Brandon Keener. Brandon Keener did an amazing job, and thus Garrus Vakarian from Mass Effect is one of the most beloved characters in all of gaming. Same from Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origins. Part of why Assassin's Creed Origins is an amazing game is because of Bayek, and the reason why Bayek is amazing is because of his voice actor, Abubakar Salim. Abubakar Salim was amazing. He was astonishing in that game. I did a review for Origins. If you want to watch that, and I'll link that to the video as well. And he does an amazing job, and he sells that character. He sells the lines, and that's what it comes down to when it comes to the voice acting. How do they sell the line? Writers write the script, but the actors deliver it. Doesn't matter how good the writers do. Even the person if the person delivering the words isn't doing a good job, the character will fail. That delivery matters. It's like when it comes to comedy, stand-up comedy. Listen to any comedian talk about it. Be it Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Kevin Hart. Doesn't matter. You ask them the question about delivery, they'll tell you. Doesn't matter how funny you think your joke is. If it's not delivered well, it won't make people laugh. Same thing when it comes to voice acting. How you deliver the lines dictate the success of that character. Delivery matters. So why is Kate so amazing? It's because Laura Bailey. It starts with her and how great she is as a voice actress. The struggles Kate goes through, the emotions she struggles with, the pain she vocally shows is all because of how Laura Bailey delivers those lines. Laura Bailey sells us on Kate. Kate sounds real. We connect with her. We want her to succeed. We love the game mostly in part because of her. And that's mostly owed to Laura Bailey being as good as she is at voice acting. When it comes to why Kate is an amazing character, it starts with Laura Bailey. Think back to Halo 5. When it comes to Halo 5, everyone hates Spartan Locke's team, with the exception of two characters, Olympia Vale and Buck. Those two people are voice acted by very well-known, respected people. Laura Bailey, Nathan Fillion. Think of Destiny. I mentioned Destiny before when it came to Peter Dinklage as the Ghost. He did a terrible job. But what character in Destiny is loved by fans? Cade. Cade 6 was voiced by Nathan Fillion, who also voices Buck in Halo 5. It matters. The voice actor matters. And Dinklage isn't even a bad actor. Dinklage is also a beloved actor. But he did a bad job as the Ghost, and therefore he had to get moved off that project. Laura Bailey is phenomenal. Laura Bailey is amazing. Everything about her as a voice actress is second to none. She is, in my opinion, the greatest voice actor of all time. In my opinion. Especially when it comes to video games. Especially in around now. Like, if you ask some of the old heads, they'll probably go like the voice actors for Kermit the Frog or Bugs Bunny, things like that. But to me, there's so many characters in gaming and anime that I love, and they all happen to be voiced by Laura Bailey. She does that amazing of a job. She sells you on the character. She sells you on Kate. And because of that, Kate is amazing because of Laura Bailey. And if Kate wasn't amazing, Gears 5 campaign might not be that good. because your main character dictates how good the game can be. If your main character sucks, your game will fall apart. Part of why Dragon Age 2 was not popular was because of the main character. It didn't matter how good or how bad his voice acted, but because the main character just wasn't interesting enough, because the voice actor wasn't as good, it fell. Everyone around him was better. With all that said, guys, this video, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Support the growth. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see some Gears gameplay live. Hope you all have a good day. I'm Tester Archangel, the real underscore talent of YouTube. Peace out.
You failed us!
Failed us? What are you?
We are what you could have been.
You might have her body, but you're not my mother!
Go, now!
We are a complete being. Connected. Immortal. You had a choice. And you squandered it. Alive or dead, you belong to us. Choice. Now die with it.